Alright, welcome to another unboxing and assembly video. I'm going to assemble this guy as well as unbox it in this video, so stick around. This is the new Ork Mek model, so this is kind of like the little mech, similar to the one that you get in the Luda's box, only this guy has a couple more options that are available in the new codex. So we flip it over, and it's your standard sprue with a 25mm solid base, and we know that there's an option for mech's tools as well as the kill saw there. Otherwise, there's no other options. There's just the custom blasta shooter thing there, and then the rest of the body, which has arms that are interchangeable with regular orks, and the head there that's regular sort of ork one, and then this backpack here. It looks like it has sort of a burna type thing on it. That's sort of your mech backpack. That's going to go on basically a regular body. So let's open this up. So let's take a look at the sprue up in detail. So we'll zoom right in here, and let's take a look. So there's our mech backpack. So like I said, there's the burna type of thing there, and it's going to fit right on top of that back plate on the ork there. So nice snug fit there. Here's the main part of the body. So as you can see, one of the legs is attached to the front there, and the backside is basically a standard ork body. There's the kill saw, so it's a pretty neat looking thing. It's strapped to his arm, kind of a buzzsaw type of a thing there. So just like a power claw, but has armor bane, so that's going to be great against vehicles. So I understand in the new codex, these guys don't take up any slots, so for every HQ you can have a mini ork mech. And so it might be nice to have those in burna squads as well. Not quite sure what the tactics are going to be with those just yet. Okay, so this is the front half of the body, so you can see some mech tools there. Nice apron with some more spanners and bolts and the bull skull type thing going on there. One thing to notice on these is they've sort of changed the look of the mechs. They still have the bolt in his mouth there, but they for a while all the mechs had sort of the bolt sticking out of the side of the head, with that kind of a gibbons type thing, whatever, sticking up. So they've changed the look of it a little bit, so that's nice. Be a bit more variety on our mech boys. And oh yeah, here's the custom blasta shooter. So kind of neat little pistol like thing there, and it's going to go on that one arm, and it's got a little peg there to make sure that it lines up nicely. So that's nice. So you could probably make another one of these using some of the leftover bits from your flash kits. There's actually one of the barrels that looks just like that, and I'm sure you could customize it into a slug-up shooter type thing and maybe make another mech boy. So yeah, there's the sprue. I'm going to slice all this stuff off and clean it up, and then we'll assemble it. Okay, I have all of my pieces cut out and trimmed. One extra step that I'm going to take is I'm going to magnetize the arms. So I've got a 1/8 inch magnet there and two 16th inch magnets. So the idea here is I've drilled a 1/8 inch hole into the body there for the side that arm's going to go on, and I've got a 16th inch hole on the kill saw arm as well as the mech tool arm. The idea being that I can swap those out depending on how my list needs to have these guys. So first off, I'm going to glue together the body. So I'm using my extra thin Tamiya or Tamiya or whatever you want to pronounce it glue. Different people like to pronounce it differently. So I like this glue just because I can put it on there, put a little bit along the gap, and it starts setting almost immediately, so I can keep moving on. So I just give it a good squeeze to make sure that it's all in there, and I'm good to go. Okay, so I'm going to put on this arm here. So that little triangle is going to match up in there, and it's going to go like that, and those tubes are going to match up on the back here. And I know that that's going to be touching that back plate just based on the hole on the back there. So let's make sure that those are connecting in correctly. Give it a good squeeze, and I'm just going to make sure all those connecting points have a bit of extra glue on them. Okay, so that's that. I'll get his head on there now. and getting close to getting the magnets in there. So the magnets are going to need some super glue. So there's the main part of the mech all assembled. He'll go on that base just like that. So super glue, I like to use Gorilla Glue super glue. I find that it works great. So what I do is I have all of my Ork bits magnetized in a certain direction so that they could be theoretically always interchangeable. So what I do is I stick it on, so in this case a weapon, a buzzsaw for a can, or a close combat weapon, can claw I guess it's called now. I put a little bit of glue on it after I've drilled all the holes, so I know the hole is exactly the right size because I used a 1/8 inch drill bit. So I've got that on there, and by doing it this way I can ensure that I push the magnet in and it's going to be flush with the surface. So I just do that and kind of slide it off to the side, and yeah, there we go. So it's nice, and so it's flush, flat there, and that'll mean that the arm, when it mates up with it, it won't be kind of sitting, floating in air or anything like that. Okay, so that's on there. Next up is the 16th inch magnet, so make sure I only get one of them. I'll put the other one off to the side. So in this case, what I want to do is I want it to go into this tool, so I'm going to put a bit of glue in there. I'm going to wipe it off the surface just so they don't end up gluing everything together accidentally, and just going to push it in. That, and I'm just going to push it against a flat surface just to make sure that the magnet is fully set in there. And in fact, I'm going to use my drill bit just to push that all the way in nice and hard. If anything, you want it to be slightly recessed, so that way when this guy is all put together, that arm doesn't kind of float or anything like that. So there you go, that's that one arm. So let's do the same thing with the kill saw. Just a tiny bit of glue. You can also put the glue on the magnet, but these are 1/16 inch magnets, so that's a little bit trickier. Where's my magnet? There it is. Again, if I do it this way, then I make sure that my magnets are always going on the right way. I get that in there and push it the rest of the way with the flat end of the drill now. Now, depending on how you've drilled your holes, you usually want to drill it a bit deeper than you need. So what I've done to drill them is I pilot drill them with the old Citadel drill, so it has a bit smaller bit. Then I have a 1/16 inch bit in a different pin vise sitting around, and then I also have a 1/8 inch drill bit. So that's the ones I used for this. And now when I want to magnetize it, or when I want to swap the weapons, I just put the arm on like that, and it's strong enough to hold a single arm. Using the bigger magnet on the body just means that there's a bit more magnetic pull there, and because the 1/16 inch magnet, if they're against each other, they're not that strong. So strong enough on one side, but you want both. So there you go, that's the assembly of the Ork Mek single plastic figure. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll show you some pictures just after this, and be sure to check back for my other videos of all the new Ork stuff.